The legal being brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Laird and Monaghan. Okay, another night. It was a muggy day, but then the sun burst out for the games. I have a lot of score, and I have a lot of big games. I have a lot of performances of week nominees, a lot of high scoring tallies, a lot of goals scored, a lot of second half comebacks. That seems to be the theme of this week, anyway. But first of all, yeah, let's do the usual. I will run through the results and give an update on all the games that will be played. There's a couple of games. There's 2 games we played tomorrow. Actually, 3 games we played tomorrow, and then 2 on round 9 played on Tuesday. Right, so Division 1, the Dreadnoughts 2-7, Cooley 16 points. I'll tell you who got the Dreadnoughts scored and who was the main key player in that comeback win for Cooley. The Pats beat the Geraldines 13-1-8. I'll tell you an interesting goal score for the Geraldines shortly as well. The Brides beat the Feckins at home 2-12 13 points. Sean O'Mahony's 3-4, sorry, RD 3-14. The Mahonys 3-6. RD win in the Point Road. The Mocktas and Mattocks on Tuesday, and the Blues take on the Jocks tomorrow in Division 1. Division 2, Roach 1-9. The Gales beat them 1-11. That was the Friday night game. The Joes beat the Plunkets by 8 points. Not sure of the scoreline or the score, so any information, do send that in. And the Kevins 11-9 winners over the Irelanders. I know who got the score for the Irelanders. I'd love to know who got the score and done the damage for the Kevins. Send that in. I know who got the scores for Kilkerley. 2 players really stood up and banged and shot the lights out. I'll tell you that now in 1 second because they won. They beat the Rahleys 23 points to 9 in Kilkerley. The O'Connell's game was called off due to bereavement in the Castlebellingham club. They were supposed to take on their rivals, the Finbars, on that'll be refixed and played on Tuesday. Hunterstown play the Clans tomorrow, which should be an entertaining affair in Hunterstown, and a lot of implications in that game as well. Both sides level on points. Division 3A, Lanlear beat the Westerns 115-4 after their week break, and a really good player, remember the name, got the goal for Lanlear. Glen Emmets had a fairly easy goal win against the Malachis. They won 3-14 to 3 points, and then the Pearson Glide in kind of a crunch match tomorrow in the Rock Road. Then Division 3B, the Knicks beat the Shawns 113-7. Key player got a goal there. Was the difference between he's a form player for the draw side. I'll tell you who that was now in 1 second. Annaman and Rovers 4-2. The Mitchells 1-6. What happened? I don't know, but I know who got a goal, and I know who got all the goals for Annaman, and I know who got the hat trick. So stay tuned to find out about that game. Stabannon beat Cullen Gales, and I think they got 5 goals, maybe 5-10 to 8 points. Still waiting for confirmation on that. And then the Tones beat the Dowdlers 2-14-2-9. Even enough second half with both sides getting 2 goals apiece in that game. Right, where shall we begin tonight? I think we will go and start in Division 2. Let's see, hang on, just a couple of comments coming in. Let me see. Yeah, no, still waiting on the scores. Yeah, I'll keep going. I will go and we will start in Division 2. Let me see. Yeah, it was 5-11 to 8 points to Bannon won. Not going to get Bannon wrong tonight after last week, although there was fairly good banter last week. I had a blitz on to Bannon, and they were very good to me, and we had great banter over. I was just telling them how it's frantic it gets with all the results coming in, and easily to get mixed up. It can get easily done. Right, Division 2. We had a win on Friday night for the Gales. That's their 8th win of the season. 8 wins out of 9. It was a close enough first half. Roach were actually leading by 5 and Kevin Callahan got a goal. Kevin Riley hit a brace of points. Kevin Brace Riley, we call him from now on. And then it looked like they were going to win at home. Looked, they were solid. And then Gales showed that winning is a good habit. And they just got a bit of character with them now this season under Callahan. And they got a goal from the penalty spot by Tom O'Connell just before halftime. That was crucial. That made a 1-8 to 1-6 lead, and it didn't relent then in the second half, and they were completely shut down Roach. Only allowed them to get 3 scores in the second half, all coming from frees. The key interceptions as well from let me take Hannah. Oh, I can't think of his name. But it was Paul McGrave who got the deception. Sorry, Leo Hanna got two points in the second half. Top scorer again, Dylan McKeown. Tom O'Connell got 1-2. He got the final point of the game. But they pushed on 5 points to 3 in the second half, edged that away victory. That was a big win for the Gales. That was the tightest probably they have had of a game this season. The Joes beat the Plunkets with 8 points. Still waiting on information. Send me in the scores or the scorers there. But that's a win for the Joes to get them back on tracks, and that keeps the Plunkets right down. We get through the permutations at the bottom of the table and what way the table is landing. Shortly, the Kevins, they came back from behind. They were losing. I have it down here in my notes. They were losing 7-4 at half time. And they really pushed on, had a sterling second half to beat the Irelanders in Dundalk. So it's a big win for the Kevins. They're going a nice bit of form, and their form has been so good. 2 goals for Craig Doherty. Yeah, star performer for them. And he's really upped it now in this past couple of weeks. He was star performer last week as well. So unsurprising. See, I would have guessed if someone's going to score well, it would have been Craig Doherty for the Joes. But yeah, it pushes them up. Pushes the Plunkets down. The Kevins, I'm going to tell you where they land and how significant that victory is now in a second. We'll go through the tables. But Kilkerley Emmett's absolutely shooting the lights out. 23 points to 9. I don't want to get this wrong. Tyg McEnany with 10 points and 9 points for Fionn Comiskey. So, Fionn was scoring all along, but he's a scoring aid now, and Tyg back from county duty, and my God, that's some scoring. That's ferocious. To mark one of them will be tough enough, but have 2 of them firing all cylinders like that, it's just very hard for the Rattleys. Kyle McElroy got a couple of scores, no Flanagans for the Rattleys. So they're short. Most teams are still short players. And then we mentioned the 2 games to be played in that round 9 on Sunday and Tuesday. Division 3A, Lanlear beat the Westerns 115-4. Kyle Van Ryn is the man that got the goal for Lanlear. Really good player, good halfback of Dutch origin, and really good footballer. Young as well. I think he's maybe 18 or 19, but he's a good footballer. He's a good addition to the Lanlear team this season. Glen Emma's 3-14 to 3-point winners over the Malachys. We had Shane Rogers. He scored for the Malachys, and he scored for the Geraldines tonight. Conor Rooney and Pádraig Moley got a couple of other points, but James Butler got the 3rd goal for the Glen Emmets. I'm waiting on the first half scores because it was 2-5 to no score at half time in that game. So Glen Emmets look nearly secure. We'll talk about that now in a second. But then the Piercy and Glyde to play tomorrow. The Knicks beat in Division 3B. The Knicks beat the Shawns 2-7. That makes it 13 points. 1-13 for the Knicks. So who got that key goal is that man in form for the red and white team. That is Fionn Maher. He's shown a lot of confidence in his play this past couple of weeks, and he got a win. He got the vital goal to get them to win. They're pushing right up in the tails now because the Mitchells have really slipped up. Annaman and Rovers probably shock of the night, but because the Mitchells be well expected to do well there and beat that. Just got timely information just in time ahead of the Spanning game. Thanks for all your information. Keep sending that in. A lot of people very good firing in the results and scored with people, so keep that going. I'm scribbling all this information down. 2-11 to 9 points for the Joe. Sorry, just to confirm that. Anna Menon, who got the hat trick of his name wrote down here in capital letters. James O'Connor. He's been a hero in the past, hero again tonight. What a performance to get a hat trick. And then the other one was Conor Russell got the other one. It's Shane Mahan and Aidan Lee Martin. 4-2 to 1-6. Waiting on the Mitchell scores, but that's a hell of a victory for Anna Menon. To only score 2 points, get 4 goals and win. Great win. Bannon, they had another big win at home. Harry Butley, I think, got 3-6. Patrick Bell got a goal. Derek Crilly got a goal as well. So that's a good win for Stabannon. They seem to be coming to form at the right time. Then 2-14 to 2-9. The two sides below in St. Bridget's Park in Dowdall's Hill. This was a close enough game. 8-3 at half time. That was probably the difference to 5 points in it because they both scored 2-6 apiece in the second half. The Tones were under the cosh early on with 2 goals for the Dowdallers. Noel Finnegan got one straight after half time and then quickly added by who's the other one? Martin Oakes O'Brien got the other one, and then the Tones rallied back. Chris couldn't got the second goal. The first goal came from Adam Garland. So that's a good win there for the Tones, who are going rightly in Division 3B under new management. Division 1, we go right back to Division 1. The Dreadnoughts look to be winning. They were double scorers leaders at half time, 2-4 to 5 points. 2 goals of the soft variety for the Dreadnoughts, capitalising on 2 wayward short kickouts, and Clogher punished them. Jay Hughes got the first one. Didn't get the second goal score. If you have it, fire it in. But Cooley got back into it. Enda O'Neill got a couple of scores. Whites are 2. So old and young there combined again for Cooley. Patrick Johnson getting the lead point, and then they pushed on after that. So that's a big win for Cooley. That might take them off the bottom of the table. We'll have a look now in a second. Just checking on the updates. Keep sending them in. Greatly appreciated. Got me out of trouble last week as well. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, no, keep going. We keep going in Division 3. Division 1, I should say. Yeah, the Pats were leading quite well. I think they were leading by double scores as well. No, it was 9-4 half time. Danny O'Connor seemed to be getting a lot of scores, and he seemed to calm them down in the second half as well, because the Geraldines came back and ran them close. Jim McEnany getting the goal for the Geraldines to make it quite close. Shane Rogers as well was key in that comeback, but it wasn't to be enough, because the Pats just had enough, held on that lead that they built up in the first half to overcome the Geraldines and get back to winning ways after having been beaten last weekend by RD. The Brides and the Feckins, this was very close and seemed to have exploded in the second half. I think it was 5-4 at half time to the Feckins, so another second half comeback. And you had Niall Devlin, Niall playing very well again for the Feckins, Ron Holcroft and Ryan Walsh, I think, maybe got the other scores for the Feckins, but it wasn't to be, because the Brides brought on Kevin Herty. He got the goal. That just injected an awful lot of confidence. And then Kieran McCardle, if anyone has videotape of the game, it's supposed to be an absolute worldly of a goal. So he really hitting the ground running there at adult level, and that second goal propels the Brides. That's a key victory as well, because we'll go through the tables now shortly, but I have one more game to go through, and that is the O'Mahony's and the RD St Mary's. 3-14 to 3-6 winners down the Point Road, away from home in Dundalk. And 3 goals. Kevin Kilcoyne got 2 goals, and then David Suyato got the other one, and then County man himself got 2 goals. Darren McConnell. I think Darren Clark got the late goal in that one. So that was a big victory for RD away from home. They're really getting they're hitting the ground running. Right, I'm going to have a quick look now at the tables. Hopefully they'll have updated. But I suppose the easiest table to go through is the Division 3A, because you have Glen Emmett's there. They're more or less, I think that win tonight, no, they're not home and host. I was going to say they're home and host, but a win next week and they more or less are home and host, because they have the Westerns and they play Glide next week. But another win should see them through in that league, because they're top with 15 points. Glenlear hot on the tails on 13 points. Glide and the Piercy play tomorrow. If Glide win, Glenlear still have that 1 point gap as well for that playoff position. Let me see, sorry, the results still coming in. Do they play each other? Then Lear played Clyde in the last day. Right. So that's that one decided. Division 3B. Let's see where this lies. Yeah, keep sending your information. I'll try and get through it at the end. But yes, the Bannon on 16 points. So the Mitchells have really done themselves a disservice there by losing tonight. They're down to 11. They're down to 11 points. And then the Tones are on 13. The Knicks are on 14. And it's the Bannon edging themselves ahead all the more with a win to go land on 16 points. And the Shawns are still down the bottom. Cullen Gale's down the bottom. But Annamin are now level on points with Cullen Gale. So that's a good result for Annamin. Boosts their hope for the rest of the season as well. And then it's the Bannon still on that form, on that run guide, and there's many games left, many rounds left in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds to go. So 5 rounds to go, and 2 points ahead of the chasing pack, the Knicks and the Tones. The Tones they'll face each other shortly as well. Let me see. Division 2, right. I'm going to update the table, see what it refresh. But we do know with the O'Reillys and Ireland slipping up, the Gales were 6 points ahead, but I spoke earlier about the Kevins, And their win, the significance of it is they go from 5th to 2nd with that win. They're 5 points behind the Gales on 12 points, and they're on a serious run of form at the moment. Finbars and O'Connell's will play each other, but it looks like Kilkerley are hitting the ground running as well. And Joe's got a key win tonight, should say, because they're on that cut-off point. Huddersfield play the Clans tomorrow to cut themselves ahead. John Gallagher got the goal for the Mitchells. Thanks for that, sending that in their loss. The Plunkets look to be in trouble. Kilkerley, I should say, are getting out of trouble as well with the wins and with the scorers back. They've opened up a 2-point gap now ahead of Finbars and the Plunkets, although Finbars have that game in hand now after the postponement tonight. Kilkerley have 7 points, so they have 4 points of a gap there. And there's 3 points then between the O'Connells and the bottom two. So it's really getting really shifty now at the bottom of that, and the Clans play Huddersfield tomorrow. They have a chance to go third. No, they have a chance to go joint third, whoever wins that game. And they'll want to stay in. They're both in 5th and 6th position. They'll want to stay there. Roach had a chance to go up to the top 6, but missed out because they were playing the team who won their 8th game in a row, or 8th game this season. I should say. Yeah, I think it was the Stabannans 8 win in a row. That's how much of a form they are in. Right, so we have the Division 1 table. The Pats, with that win tonight, take them. No, so the Pats, just when Cooley overlapped them, the Pats get a win to go back up to 7 points. The O'Mahonys are now 2nd from bottom. Cooley are still bottom after that win on 5 points. The Dreadnoughts are right down there. The Feckins are down there. The Martins play tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, they have a chance to overleap. Not just one, not just two. They have a chance to overleap 3 teams: RD, the Matic Rangers, and Gerland if they beat the Blues tomorrow. The Blues will be looking to stay in pole position. They're 1 point ahead despite the draw during the week against Matic Rangers. Really entertaining game of football. Tell you what, it was old school. 2 teams really going at it and getting scores. You had John Commode, Kieran Daly rose to level. Cottle Fleming playing really well, hitting 1-9 on the night. Liam Flynn as well with a couple of marks. Oisin McKenna getting a goal as well for Matic Rangers. Who's the third goal scorer? Alan Connor. Right half made a great move to get a goal for the Blues, and then Matic replied. It was point for point, then Matic would respond every time the Blues get a goal. So it was a really good game of football. That was on Thursday night. So yeah, they're still top now, the Blues. This show was being brought to you by the Cleaning Doctor, external cleaning services in Laird and Monaghan. As you can tell by that, we're going to be finishing up here. And who is going to get the result of the night? It is wide open because you have Cooley with an absolute tremendous comeback victory. You have the RD winning away from home. The Brides getting a big win as well. You have the Gales storming to finish. The Joes getting back and winning. Kilkerley shooting the lights out. They're probably in the top 3. Then for just pure awesomeness to hit 314 on the night. But I think we know who's going to get performance of the night and win of the night. You can tell by my tone that it goes to Animan and Rovers, beating the Mitchells, throwing a real spanner in the Mitchells season. I think they beat them last season as well, the Mitchells, if I'm not corrected. Craig Doherty finished with 2-5 and Jack Barron 2 points. Ocean McGuinness got the scoring as well for the Joes as they go back to winning ways. But we get back to Animan and James O'Connor, the hero of Stone Town tonight with the hat-trick. Connor Russell as well with a goal. But yeah, that's it. I will double this up again to have it as the episode 202 of the Loud and Proud podcast. Thank you very much for signing up and listening during the week. Talked about Masters. We have Kevin Callan getting a goal. We have Glenn O'Reilly's and Lear team. We had a great chat with Peter Hughes during the week. Do sign up and listen. Find out all about the Loud Masters, what it takes and what it means to pull on the Loud jersey in your 40s. And also what it's like to mark Stephen O'Neill Footballer of the Year, like the Matrix, Peter says. So great chat with him. What did he play tonight in that game? Let's check out the team list. Actually, I'll just check it quickly. Let me see. Did Peter make the appearance? He did. He came on as a sub. So that's the Loud Master still playing his trades. A lot of Masters there still playing their trades. But yeah, result of the night to Animan. And thank you for sending in your information. Really, really appreciate it. And it gets a really good show going also. And then the live update ones are excellent as well. So it's great. Thank you very much. Thanks for signing up. I'll have more during the week. We'll be looking forward to the Loud Ladies and a couple of other things on the rule changes. I'm going to do something kind of funky on that as well. So sign up or do just support the page, support the show, patreon.com/Loud and Proud. The show is brought to you by Cleaning Doctor, External Cleaning Service, and Loud and Monaghan, windows, gutters, walls, roofs, patios, and driveway. Good luck, bye-bye, and thanks, and enjoy the rest of your evening and weekend.